Hi, I'm Dr. Yolanda White. I'm a primary care pediatrician who no longer supports water fluoridation. Pediatricians like myself are taught to pay very close attention to the proper weight-based dosage for each drug and to make sure that our patients do not receive more of a drug than is necessary or safe. But unfortunately, when it comes to fluoride, this basic precaution is not being followed. In fact, the dose of fluoride that's supposedly effective in preventing dental cavities is very close to the dose that, according to the Environmental Protection Agency, can cause harm for some children. So it has a very narrow therapeutic window. Since children now receive fluoride from so many different sources, it's virtually impossible for a doctor to determine exactly how much fluoride each child is actually getting. And if you can't determine the amount of fluoride, then you can't determine the dose. And if you can't determine the dose of fluoride, then you can't determine safety. As a pediatrician, I am deeply concerned that fluoride is not good for babies and that they are at risk for harmful side effects. The most clearly visible side effect is dental fluorosis, a permanent staining of the teeth caused by fluoride's interference with normal tooth development. There's a significant number of children in the United States who now have some form of dental fluorosis. According to the Centers for Disease Control, dental fluorosis affects 41% of teenagers. That's millions of children who now have a visible form of chronic fluoride toxicity. As a pediatrician, I'm concerned that fluoride could also affect tissues and organs that are not visible, like the bones, the thyroid, and the brain. My concern is based in part on a large body of research finding that modestly elevated levels of fluoride can reduce a child's intelligence, especially if there's a deficient intake of iodine. Children are disproportionately affected by fluoride for several key reasons. They receive a greater fluoride dose per body weight when compared to adults. They have far more fluoride incorporated into their skeleton than adults. They have a lower kidney excretion of fluoride into their urine, meaning more fluoride gets reabsorbed back into their bloodstream where it can bioaccumulate. And their developing brains are more susceptible to fluoride's toxicity. This can affect their educational achievement. And these unique characteristics of children can no longer be ignored. I'm also concerned by research findings showing that dental fluorosis is higher in the Black community, even the more severe forms, where the teeth can start to erode and develop black and brown stains. This health disparity and environmental injustice will need to be addressed. Even though federal agencies recommended lowering fluoride concentration in water down to 0.7 parts per million, that reduction is slow to implement in each jurisdiction, and frankly, it's not enough. Over-the-counter water filters can't remove the fluoride. So my heart goes out to pregnant women, seniors, those with kidney, thyroid, and other health conditions who can't afford a water purification process to remove the fluoride. They shouldn't even be put in this position. Because water is for everyone, but fluoride is not. Therefore, it's my professional recommendation that we discontinue water fluoridation in the United States. I know I don't want to drink fluoridated water, and I commend residents of Portland, Oregon for fighting hard for the right to keep fluoride out of their water, and also states like New Hampshire and cities like Milwaukee for including infant advisories on their water bills. This past May, New York City held their first children's anti-fluoride rally. Sooner or later, you too will have to make some very important decisions about fluoride. And so it's better to be safe and responsible now so we won't have to pay for it later. It's all about prevention. Thank you.
That was Dr. White reminding you all that you have to get fluoride out of the water supply. That's the public water supply here in Cambridge. It's a Fresh Pond water. That's where the water comes from in Cambridge, at Fresh Pond. So again, that was Dr. White reminding us that we must remove fluoride from our water supply. We'll get back to Dr. White if time permits later on in the program. And hello, I'm Hasson Rashid, and I humbly welcome you to another episode of your Human Service News and Information. I'll be here with you for approximately 25 minutes. So I greet you with the universal greeting of peace. It's excellent being here with you once again, and it is an awful great achievement to come into your lives weekly, every week, as we do here at CCTV. Later on, we have some news about the big event happening at the City Hall in regards to the 150th anniversary of the Emancipation Proclamation that was so-called supposedly have written, and it was the point where it was designated that all black people were free citizens. They were removed from the bondage of slavery. So that's what this event is all about, and we're going to try to get into it. But I'd also like to remind you that we have about 1 or 2 more days before it's Black History Month, the official kickoff of February 1st. Black History Month. 30 days of events and celebrations surrounding the topic of Black history. So you stay tuned to CCTV, and I'm sure that there is a variety of events that's being offered here, right here, in regards to Black History Month 2013. Hello, once again, I am honored, and it is a humble experience being here with you once again. Okay, before we get into the program, I'd like to just update you on some things that's happening right here at CCTV. Okay, tomorrow, January 31st at 6 p.m., there is the CCTV Youth Media Program in the semester screening. That's Thursday, January 31st, 6 p.m., featuring the works of Tony Allen, Nancy Eugene, Jean Guillen, Ewan Harris, Zul Islam, Simon Mason, Rosalind Perry Lewis, Muhammad Syed, Montari, and Wilchina Zephyr. And freshmen will be served, and that's end of semester screening, Thursday, January 31st, 6 p.m., and that's the CCTV Youth Media Program. So I advise you to come on out and check this one out. This is a big event here at CCTV. That's in the semester screening, Thursday, January 31st, 6 p.m. And that's the works of Tony Allen, Nancy Eugene, Jean Guillen, Evan Harris, Zul Islam, Simon Mason, Rosalind Perry Lewis, Muhammad Syed, Montawari, and Wilchina Zephyr. That's at 6 p.m. tomorrow, Thursday, right here at CCTV. Are you 50 and over, and do you want to help using the internet? Do you want help using the internet? So if you're 50 and over and you'd like to get some help learning the different things about the internet, you're welcome to come on out here Tuesday, February 5th, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., Tuesday, February 12th, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., and register. That's you can register today with the Clota Drummy at 617-401-4005, and that's February 5th, February 12th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's if you're requiring help with using the internet, and if you're 50 and older. Okay, also there is computer help for job seekers too. Okay, coming up February 5th, sending emails for job inquiries. February 12th, backing up files. February 19th, getting connected to the ports on your computer. February 26th, internet security. So this drop-in program is free. So we're located right here at 438 Massachusetts Avenue. And for more information and how you become involved in the activities and programs here at CCTV, you can call 617-661-6900. Okay, I'm gonna have about one more thing. Remind you that we are in the we need interns here, so interns are wanted. There's free class, CCTV class membership. CCTV looking for organized, reliable, friendly people to oversee our computer lab during weekly sessions. Internships are a great way to get involved in CCTV. A sincere interest in helping people use computers and sensitivities to the needs and concerns of those needs to computers is required. Okay, Spanish speaking computer lab assistants wanted. Wednesday 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Post-production and editing support interns Thursday 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Computer for seniors intern Monday to 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Web help support interns Friday 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So we're in need of interns here. So if you'd like to come out and get involved in any of the things that I've just read off to you, you come on out. We're here at 438 Massachusetts Avenue. And while we're on the subject of interns, I'd like to thank Mr. Wayne Robinson. He is our cable caster. He is the one who's responsible for getting us out, getting the broadcast out to you every day. He's one of the cable casters here. So on my shift, he is the one. So again, thank you, Mr. Wayne Robinson. Okay, attend the statewide meeting of the Caring Force. Okay. The statewide meeting of the Caring Force. That's when? Thursday, February 14, 2013 from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. We're Advocates Incorporated. Room E, 1881, Worcester Road, Framingham, Mass. 0170. Why? To get the latest information on governor's budget and discuss opportunities to advocate for fair funding for human service programs and workers. Who? Human service workers and leaders, clients, consumers, volunteer board members, families, and friends of service recipients, supporters from the business community, elected officials, community supporters, advocates, and anyone else who cares about a strong human service system. Okay, this event will also feature a panel discussion with human service workers, leaders, and advocates, as well as our special guest Senator Karen Spilka and State Representative David Linsky. Okay, and okay, here's the one I was telling you about. Vice Mayor, at the beginning of the show, I was telling you about this event, the 150th anniversary celebration, Journey Towards Freedom. The Vice Mayor, E. Denny Simmons, the Cambridge City Council, and the City of Cambridge invites you all to the Emancipation Proclamation 150th Anniversary Celebration, Journey Towards Freedom. Keynote speaker, Beverly Morgan Welch, Director of Museum African American History. That's Tuesday, February 12, 2013, 6 to 8 p.m. in Cambridge City Hall, Sullivan Chamber, 795 Massachusetts Avenue, Cambridge, Massachusetts. Presented in collaboration with the City Manager Office and Cambridge Employees Committee on Diversity. That's you're invited to the Emancipation Proclamation 150th Anniversary Celebration, Journey Towards Freedom, and I hope to see you there because I'll be there, and I also hope to see you there also. That's Emancipation Proclamation 150th Anniversary Celebration, Journey Towards Freedom. Okay. I know you're wondering about that video, Dr. White. You've probably seen it on the show before, and it's part of my ongoing efforts to spread the word that fluoride in the drinking water is no good. So, okay, I'd like to remind you that if you're interested in removing this chemical, dangerous chemical, from your water supply, I would like to advise you to contact your elected officials and tell them you don't want that in the water no more here in Cambridge, okay? You can contact local elected officials, state elected officials, and government elected officials. Okay, over 2,000 professionals have signed a statement being distributed by the Fluoride Action Network calling for an end to water fluoridation worldwide. The signers include a Nobel Prize winner, 3 members of the landmark 2006 National Research Council report on fluoride toxicology, 3 officers in the union representing professionals at EPA headquarters, the executive board of the American Academy of Environmental Medicine, leading fluoride researchers, and medical, dental scientists and environmental professionals from around the world. Okay, so again, a lot of people are on this, and you should also be involved in it too. So if you'd like to get more information about what chemicals are actually in the Cambridge water supply, I advise you again to contact the Cambridge Water Department, okay? And they're at 250 Fresh Pond Parkway, Cambridge, Mass. 02138, and their website is www.cambridgema.gov/CWD. Again, that's www.cambridgema.gov/CWD, and get the lowdown on what chemicals are in our water supply, and the dangerous ones and the good ones. What I'm concerned with are the dangerous chemicals in our water supply. Those are the ones that we need to remove, starting with fluoride. So if you can get in touch with these officials, they're city officials, they should educate you on what these chemicals are about. But until then, you'll probably be hearing more about this from me right here at CCTV. Okay, did you know that Governor Patrick swears in John Pelanowicz as Secretary of Health and Human Service in the Governor's Council chamber at the State House? Pelanowicz's wife, Kathleen, okay, this is we don't have the photo here. Okay, Boston Governor DeVal Patrick officially swore in John W. Pelanowicz as a Secretary of the Massachusetts Executive Office of Health and Human Services in a ceremony held at the State House on January 22nd. Patrick's office released a statement regarding the appointment of Pelanowicz, who is a resident of Northborough. He said, I quote, John is an incredible talent, and I am pleased to bring him into our administration in this critical time, said Governor Patrick. John will use his expertise as a healthcare leader to help Massachusetts increase our already nation-leading access to care, and he will also tackle the issues of cost. John's compassion and thoughtfulness will make him a strong advocate for our veterans' families and individuals with disabilities across the Commonwealth. So, Mr. Pelanowski, he replaces Judy Ann Bigby, who held this position prior to the governor's appointing him as the one in charge of the Massachusetts Executive Office of Health and Human Services. Okay, new faces popping up everywhere. Okay, Providence, Rhode Island. Rhode Island has awarded a 3-year, $105 million contract to Deloitte Consulting to develop the computer system for health benefit exchange and modernize the state's Medicaid and human service programs. About 84% of the money comes from the federal government to support the exchange, the online marketplace for health insurance that starts next year as a part of federal health care overhaul. The new technology will also update the more than 20-year-old system of the state human services program. Rhode Island plans to have a single system for exchange and for Medicaid. Individual families and small businesses will be able to learn what they're eligible for and to prepare and buy health insurance from their computers, over the phone, and in person. Okay, here's something from Leo Sarkisian, the CEO of the ARC. Okay, some of you might be familiar with ARC, and they do great work with the with our fellow disability members in the community. Okay, and bills need co-sponsors. Mr. Sakarsian wants to bring it to your attention that there's some bills that need co-sponsors. So he wants you to reach out to your legislators for the intellectual and developmentally disabled. Okay. Yes. He reminds you that we only have a short window through next week, February 1st, to encourage are, well, next week, that's this week, to encourage legislators to co-sponsor bills which would improve the lives of persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities. The typical process of filing bills occurs every 2 years at the start of a new session of the legislature. This alert covers 7 bills, including real lives, for which we sent our separate alerts previously. Below, he states the bills. They are prioritized bills needing co-sponsors. They are HD 727, HD 1379, okay, HD 2945, SD 777, HD 578, and HD 1789, S350, HD 4151. Okay, so I'd remind you again that every time you see me on the TV, you have your pen and paper ready so you can take down some of this good thing. I'd like to remind you one more thing from the ARC of Massachusetts and Mr. Leo Sarkisian. They're having their, they're at their ARC, they will host the 35th annual legislative reception, okay? The MDC, DDC, and the ARC will host the 35th annual legislative reception. That's the 35th annual legislative reception Wednesday. So you mark this date now. That's March 6, 2013, 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. Great Hall, Massachusetts State House, Boston. The ARC of Massachusetts Award, Senator Karen Spilka, presented by Senate President Pro Tempore Stan Rosenberg, and the MDC Awards, Representative Garrett Bradley, presented by House Speaker Robert DeLeo. So that's if you want to come out and make it count, make your presence counts for those with functional disabilities. I advise you to come out to the 35th annual legislative reception Wednesday, March 6th. 2013, 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. Great Hall, Massachusetts. Okay, we're starting to get wind down to the end of the program, but there are a few more things that I'd like to remind you of. We're gonna skip. There's so many things that I'd like to bring to your attention, but we don't have time. But we do have time for this one. That's the Cambridge Winter's Farmers Market. It's already in progress. It's already started. So there'll be serving the public fresh produce and vegetables January through April. Okay, that's from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. That's Cambridge Winter's Farmers Market, and they're located at the Cambridge Community Centers at 5 Callender Street, right here in Cambridge, just steps from the traffic light of Western Avenue and Howard Street. Okay, and they want you to know that they're accepting EBT and SNAP. Okay, I know you really know you are familiar with EBT and SNAP is, so if you get on down there, you can get all the fresh vegetables and produce you desire during the winter months. Okay, what's left of the winter. Okay, one more thing I'd like to remind you of, that the city of Cambridge is offering a scholarship. They have a scholarship fund. They're offering a scholarship to young folks who are interested in heading on to college. So the application deadline is March 11th, so you still got time for this, but I don't know how they operate it. I think they go by first come, first serve, or there's some lottery. But anyway, there's a deadline for applications, and I advise you to get your applications in. There at you can submit the applications at City of Cambridge Finance Department, CO Juliet Turner, 795 Massachusetts Avenue, Cambridge, Mass. 02139. That's the City of Cambridge. They're offering a free scholarship. Okay, so it's I think it's a plus if you get in the competition for the scholarship. So once again, to submit your application, it's the City of Cambridge Finance Department, CO Juliet Turner, 795 Massachusetts Avenue. Okay, that's just about it. Oh, one more thing. Got one more thing. The Cambridge City Senior Center, 806 Massachusetts Avenue, Cambridge, 02139 617 349 6060. I want you to know that beginning February 1st, 2013, the Cambridge Citywide Senior Center will require all users of the Senior Center to complete an information card. The information card will ask for your name, address, and emergency contact. You'll be asked to provide identification as well as proof address. We'll also take your picture to accompany the information. Okay, that's about it. I'm Hasson Rashid, and I'd like to remind you that you keep your mind focused on the human service mission and purpose. Keep your nose clean. When push comes to shove, keep your nose clean. Don't play the game. Play it straight. So until next time, we'll see you in about a week with the History, Community, Life, Diversity of Muslim Americans in New England. So I leave you with the greetings of peace.
Hi, I'm Dr. Yolanda White. I'm a primary care pediatrician who no longer supports water fluoridation. Pediatricians like myself are taught to pay very close attention to the proper weight-based dosage for each drug, and to make sure that our patients do not receive more of a drug than is necessary or safe. But unfortunately, when it comes to fluoride, this basic precaution is not being followed. In fact, the dose of fluoride that's supposedly effective in preventing dental cavities is very close to the dose that, according to the Environmental Protection Agency, can cause harm for some children. So it has a very narrow therapeutic window. Since children now receive fluoride from so many different sources, it's virtually impossible for a doctor to determine exactly how much fluoride each child is actually getting. And if you can't determine the amount of fluoride, then you can't determine the dose. And if you can't determine the dose of fluoride, then you can't determine safety. As a pediatrician,